Hey guys, what's up? It's Monday, and before we get into the Z project, I thought maybe I would show you something that you might need to do if you go boosted in the future, and that is perform a boost leak test. It's actually pretty simple. You just basically block everything off and push air into it. Hey guys, before we get too far into this video, I figured I would just mention for everybody that's gone on the website and noticed that my battery trays are out of stock. We got a new run of them made, and they're all here. They're ready for shipping. So if you needed one before, if you message me in the comments, go check it out. I have like a limited supply back in stock, so grab one if you need one for your RSX. Alright, on to the video. This is like a little pipe coupler I got at the Home Depot for like a couple dollars. I drilled a hole in it, and that'll be able to put my air fitting in the end and pressurize the whole system from the inlet of the turbocharger. If you look down here, you can actually see where the air goes into the turbo. And more or less, we've just been dealing with little leaks. He used to have like a pretty bad core split in the front, and the boost is still just not as high as it should be after replacing a bunch of pieces. So we got some boost pipes, some couplers, and some other stuff. We're just trying to basically sort out, what we need to do to make sure his boost goes back up to the way it was. I just realized you guys couldn't really see all of it, but honestly, this is like a plumbing cap from Home Depot, like I said. I really just drilled like a small hole, and then I'll basically take, like a normal like air tool and then just listen for leaks. If you get enough pressure in there, you're gonna hear it leak somewhere. Okay, that should be tight enough. Let's put some air in it. Yeah, I don't hear anything anywhere. I actually don't think we're leaking anymore. We would hear it. It would be like pissing out of somewhere.
That's good.
So I think you're sealed up.
Yeah, that's good. And bro, like when I put it's pulling a little better. Like not like it should be, but it's definitely pulling a little bit. It's idling a little bit better.
Yeah. If it pulls better, but the boost is still low, it could simply be because your boost controller's turned down, but you did seal it up, so it's not taking as long to get to boost, which will make torque come up.
The controller.
Alright, so today I'm working on the downpipe, and I've already been cutting a bunch of pie cuts up, and they're, hot, I just welded that. Okay, but they're fitting, they're fitting pretty good. As you can see, I'm really getting the hang of cutting these things out, which is surprising, since I do it on the chop saw. That's not probably the most exact way to do it, but man, once you figure out your angles, they start looking pretty darn similar. If you notice, the end one's a little short, but that's because that one transitions back to straight. And I need it to be round, so can't have too much of an angle. Anyway, this piece is going to be the first part of our up pipe for the exhaust, and as you can tell, I have like absolutely no room, which is constantly my problem with fitting turbos into engine bays, which is why it was so nice to do Panda's car in the rear of the car, because we just have ample room back there. But anyway, I'm going to keep working on these a little bit right now, and then I'll show you how it progresses and where it actually ends up going. So the downpipe came out super good. What do you think?
Nice.
You quit trying to steal it for your Civic though. Trying to stick it out the hood and whatnot. Yeah, I'm really happy about how this came out. Hopefully you guys can kind of see it. I took my time and cleaned up these pie cuts really nice so that the fitment was nearly exact. It just goes to show, if you take your time, you really can make your own pie cuts. It's still easier just to get them from Stainless Brothers, but sometimes in a pinch. It looks so nice. I'm really happy with this piece. Alright, stick it on the car. Alright, so I gotta move this bracket out of the way for where the boost piping is gonna go. So I figured I'd go ahead and just drill out these spot welds and then use a spot weld tool to go ahead and like cut out the actual spot welds, and I can just pop the bracket off all nice. But if you guys never seen this, it's pretty cool. It just kind of like drills out the upper level of the spot weld, and then the bracket will just kind of fall off with a little bit of prying. Oh, did you see that? It moved.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. See? So the problem was I couldn't get to that other one, but I'm hoping that after drilling those 2 spot welds that this one will just weaken enough that it can break off. But I guess you guys wondered a good way to do that. I think they sell these at Harbor Freight in a 2-pack, and they just make life like super easy. You can even flip the bit over when one side gets dull, but super aggressive. So you just pre-drill a hole and whack. Actual package for an extra one. It's a double-sided rotary spot weld cutter, as you can see on the package. But anyway, freaking Chicago Electric for the win. Oh my gosh, I'm so freaking happy with this boost piping. I decided to move the MAF back a little bit so that it like is before the actual bar here, so we can hopefully retain this. And then I started building this intercooler pipe. And for the like longest portion of today, I stared at this whole puzzle thinking, there's no way I'm gonna get boost pipe past this area and still have a nice amount of clearance for this exhaust to shoot out the hood. And I freaking got it done. Like, sometimes it just takes so long to really like get everything to fit, but these like taking time to do these hand cut pies so that I got the exact angle to barely clear, this is just amazing. Now the intercooler piping goes straight down the wheel well with tons and tons of clearance. I literally couldn't be happier. Like tomorrow I should be able to come in and start right from that outlet and send that piping right down around into this inlet of this turbo. I mean, we're nearly done with this kit. I've got obviously to extend and add this so it comes through the hood, but every once in a while I weld something and it just makes me feel like so good. Like today I was like staring at this for the longest time just thinking like there's just no way. Like I thought like, man, I placed this turbo in the wrong spot maybe. Like it's just not gonna happen. And then just a little bit of time and careful fitment, I just can't believe it looks freaking gorgeous. I'm so freaking happy with this. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for today. I'm headed home, but I will see you guys in the morning. Raven and Jonathan will be here, and we'll basically get right back on it and fit the last couple pieces, and let's just see how it goes. Woo! We gotta cut the hood too. Oh my gosh. Alright, so we're just putting this bumper back on. Everything's all plumbed up. You can see, watch out. You can see the blow up valve right here. And so all the charge pipe is complete. So basically, yeah, we're just putting this back on, and we should be able to drop it down and try first startup, and I'll show you guys the exhaust outlet here in a minute. This is so cool. It's like the first time I've ever tried sticking an exhaust out the hood of a 350Z. I'm actually like quite happy with how it came out. Okay, let's flip this thing around and stick it on the dyno. Alright guys, that last pull was pretty good. It is like 4 billion degrees here on Mars. It's a joke. It's just really hot today here in Texas, but I'm pretty happy with that hot pull. 277 torque and 276 horsepower. I'm kind of reading it off the TV over there. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. I kind of want to go for a drive and see how it feels on the actual road. It's going to be pretty interesting. This is the first automatic turbo VQ motor I've ever driven in. Pretty excited to see like what it feels like. Okay, so we went and drove it around. I did not get to film, and Raven's got to take off for the day, so I'm not going to really get much footage of it, but it drives pretty fun. He's going to get some dash cam footage from the car, and we'll try to put that in like maybe the next video, and it'll be back on the channel here pretty soon. But yeah, 275 horsepower, 275 torque at like 6 pounds is quite a bit of fun. Yeah, and it's absolutely crazy with the exhaust shooting out of the hood. So we've got a lot more things to play with. We're just out of time for right now. So when we revisit it, we're going to work on all kinds of other things as far as just drivability, and then obviously eventually we'll be able to turn the boost up as well. So, all right, I guess I'm going to let him take this car home for now, and we'll just kind of go from there.